Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name's DJ. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. Welcome to the Crafting Challenge. Now, if you haven't joined us before, Crafting Challenge is very simple. Everything we wear, everything we wield, we make. High quality is a must, uh, which does mean we're kind of locked out of the very in-game requirements, but we won't have to worry about that for a long time. We are still in a realm reborn, and it's time to go see if we can't get into the Steel Vigil. This may take a while, so buckle in. Oh wait, let's bring that back up, but not quite so far that it overpowered me. I was watching some of the VODs a while back and figured out, it was a bit loud. That's all right. I can manage loud. And just to, I gotta say, the harnesses are weird. Where am I? Where am I going? No, down here. Oh boys, are you over here? No. Who the? Oh yeah. Oh well. Sir Bernadette bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but I assure you he is mistaken. Lord Jomo hasn't the time to spend speaking with a low-ranking knight such as I. However, he has always a moment to spare for head chirurgeon Astidian. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? I was just there looking for you. Head chirurgeon, not chirurgeon. It's not. I learned this the other day. It's not a slurred surgeon. It's chirurgeon. And I've got a fan blowing on me. That's why the little whee. Oh. Are you here to visit a patient now? What's this? Letters of introduction from House Platon and Haliana. With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Gordino. He should know Lord Gelamont's current whereabouts. And I am just butchering the faux French, and I apologize. Not going to fix it, but I do apologize for it. At least we've got the good sense to be wearing pants and gloves. Even if we're kind of like hanging out for all the world to see. What reason have you for barging into... Oh, I see. Well, you're in luck. Lord Gelamon is just up these stairs. Letters would know, though. I would not expect much. House Durandare is, as a whole, does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly. Show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. Sir Gordino permitted you passage. Very well. Speak. You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with Scalekin to secure an airship that may or may not be there. Are you an avatar of the Fury herself? We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Lord Gentleman. You know our name, and you know our deeds. We are come to Kurthus to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, for the airship of Master Sid... let me try that one again. The airship of Master Sid Garland, who stands before you now. Master Garland, you're alive? That's impossible. Indeed it is, my lord. Do not be deceived by their honey words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. At this critical moment in Ishgardian history, as House Durandar marshaled its forces to retake the Stone Vigil, who should appear in white brim front but three mysterious strangers? Sid Garland, missing and presumed dead since before the Calamity, and two Scions of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire. The lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I should hope that House Durandar would have greater sense. I know not why these three seek the Stone Vigil, but I know that we cannot permit them to pass. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment, I nearly believed this mummer's farce. You three will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, and until you declare your true intentions as well. It could be moons before House Durandar purges the dragons from the Stone Vigil. We cannot afford to wait that long. Sid, Red, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Jelamon's trust. Understood? You were the last responsible for that commotion upstairs. Word travels fast in Wiper Front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Jelamon's mind. If there's one thing I've learned about the man in my time here, it's that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. Went over the barracks, and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? Well, that's easy. Serve the poor souls some decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contain no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we would prepare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat. It wouldn't be a quality meal, if it's true, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing. If you've a mind to lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud puppy in Danafin Pass? And take this bottle of vinegar. Locals say it weakens mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. Yes. So, okay. Mud puppies ho, I suppose. While we're here, though, we might as well join in on the fun. This won't make a difference, but it's a good RP chance, if nothing else. Aim to keep the uptime on our buffs. Use jump on cooldown. A little bit of XP, a few, let's try that sentence again. A little bit of XP, a few seals for the, collection. Hello. You give me absolutely nothing, don't you? Wait. I've been doing something wrong. Companion. Appearance. Island barding. Hello. Because it's cute. Okay. Sit in the destination. Stun it. Use the vinegar. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. I mean, it did. Gave it a debuff. Oh dear. Remind me to never wander near Mud Puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Any road, this should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this and this and voila. I've never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Take these 3 and distribute them to hungry knights here and up above. Gilfala, you there, lass. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust with a steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. Yes, yes, I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if I have the strength of 10 men and their wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. Ombeline, we ought to at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this godforsaken waste. Is that a fresh cooked steak? Polonius blessings be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or not, it's the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. I've got to start working Fortnite into my vocabulary again, and not because of the game. Ever must we train to maintain our skill at arms, yet never are we to receive proper sustenance. You are a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate that House Durandar must do more than its fair share for the sake of Isgard. Your lunch has been delivered. It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, eh? But I've forgotten about the hard-working chirurgeons at the infirmary. Rarely do they take their meals here in the hall. Mind taking the steak to Sonoda? She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend her own. She's neglected to attend to her own. Jesus Christ, man, that was loud. Enough with the damn organs. Kenoda. Oh, beg your pardon, madam, but I'm busy attending to this man. I'll be with you in a moment. I'll leave this here. Is that... Come to think of it, it has been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh my, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. I'll take some stew. Might I have a word with you, Red? It concerns the Carusians. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lacked sufficient alembics for their needs. So I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover my memories, since working with my hands kindled familiar feelings. All I need to complete the device are the cores of 3 ice spirits. Though commonly used to reduce the temperatures of chemical mixtures, there's a way to alter their properties so that they draw the cold within rather than radiate it without. It might sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. This is the wrong way. I need to come this way. Excuse me for just a second. Sorry about that. Had to take care of something real quick. I'm getting old. It's old man things. One. While we're here, I'll probably be needing some more sinew here before too long. I hadn't actually gotten a look at that model. Huh. That's an interesting face design. Turn it down just a bit here. Oh, and some ice crystals. Nice. Trying to get the balance on this is a bit odd, especially since I can't monitor both at the moment. But we'll deliver this to Sid. He'll create the alembic, which works well. Have you obtained the tools? If so, please show them to me. What an amazing device, but is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen its like before. I too am not sure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I have no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it is as effective as he claims, it will be a boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder where the kindly stranger, bearers of gifts wondrous and strange, for its generosity comes at a cost. Their earnest efforts are but a means to their earnest efforts are but a means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with the individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. I'm Sid Garp. Before we can persuade Lord Jollimon to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guillaume that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Kothas. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of Whiteburn Front. Share your findings with Alphino at the scrap. I'm sure he could formulate a strategy from there. Hello. Vigil. Inspector Guillaume. Oh, yes, of course I know him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Whiteburn Front several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the Night's Watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I've lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Guillaume rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, madam, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Inspector Guillaume, haven't the foggiest of whom you speak, unbeliever. Aye, we have learned of your deeds at Witchtrop. I'll not be a party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you. Osford. Holy See has decreed that Inquisitors are arbiters of Helone's will. They're to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. And under Inspector Guillaume's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid it no mind, as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you have been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I'm beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Brett. Mayhap they will provide insight into Inspector Guillaume's motivations. Something troubles me about the Wounded Knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived in Whiteburn Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not the south. But that cannot be. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Jolo is not misremembering. The Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on the mystery. Just the slightest bit of British. Eastern Gate. Dragon. Okay, okay. Hello again. It's an Inquisitor corpse. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. The scroll contains what appears to be an official papal appointment to the position of Inquisitor. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inspector Guillaume. Newly come to Corthus and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, even if he were to behave oddly. Who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Red, before he learns his deception has been discovered. Have a new weapon. The Mithril Lance, which is worse than your Mithril Lance because you did not make it. Cat. Since Lord Julamont has been already turned against us, I fear this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Jolo with the evidence you have discovered, and see if it helps him to recall the truth of the night. A man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise. Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? The Inquisitor is an impostor. Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant to the Fury. You would have me believe that is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Pernilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. Pernilla, Pernilla. Hello, Pernilla. You, I do not believe I know you, Matt. Pray, move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know naught of it, not at all. Close up for the emote. You know, don't you? Fury, take me. I prayed this day wouldn't come. When Sir Jolo gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy, but what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Jolo and I would be spared, but if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horror before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor. I knew it would be false. Together we carried Sir Jolo to the infirmary. On his first night in Wiper in Front, Inquisitor Guillaume was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing, seized while in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Jolamon, wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats. So I did nothing. Until Lord Francis was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor, found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of Wiper in Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire Locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against Halionot, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt upon the other recent trials. That is the entire truth, I swear. Polonian, forgive me for not acting sooner. As much as I want to be upset with her, and in character I definitely would be, but yeah, let's just say that is a very effective way of controlling people. Or at least of creating pawns. Why do you persist in this, fellow? I will not grant you 3 access to the Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. There had better be a very good explanation for why you are carrying this rosary. And where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury, take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale. This evidence in your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Red, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. And have some silver pieces. That's a halberd. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Ravanian allies. I'm told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Red. Together let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. We ride! To Snowcloak. And let's just hope. Oh, good. It's not. Good to have you with us, miss. When Lord Gelamont arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we'll need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? Let's roll. You needn't tremble, so, oh, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Helone's halls. Only the wicked. But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I've never questioned the teachings of Helone. Inquisitor, release the maiden and come with us. My Lord Gelamont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain. I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guillaume and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Oh. Grave allegations indeed. But you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord John. My conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You, whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade. You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence? All are complicit in their crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Gelamont, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Ravanian fang and claw. Attack! You will soon know the futility of your faith. He's casting ruin. Your allies are no match for the might of Ishgard. Stand your ground. 'Tis but an illusion. A dragon stands before you, yet still you do not flee. God. My glamour's dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, Dad. Choose your words wisely, for they shall be your last. You may not recall the many Ishgardians I've seen since, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been paid with blood. That. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder. When you are dead, white-brimmed front shall fall. Fight to the last. Leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. Red, I must apologize for involving you in this sort of business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you are reunited with your heirship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray, visit me at Whitebrim Front, and bring your associates. Hello. Where have you been, Red? Hmm? The false Inquisitor has been slain, has he? Yes, well, this was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask that you not revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. As I'm sure you are aware, it's past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Jolamont a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon. Sid and I will follow anon. We owe you a great deal of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inspector Guillaume would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand. But you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dravanians that now hold the ruin. In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, that ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Porthos, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Jolamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to waste. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Nathalane of your impending visit. May Helone guide you, Scions. Down, 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 down. Unsurprisingly, that guard is not there anymore. But I think before we brave the dragons, we should probably upgrade our gear. So let's see what the best accessories are for us right now. Pearl, no. Mithril ear cuffs. Strength direct hit. I mean, that might be better. So let's make a quick detour back to Gridania. And get to some armor crafting. Okay, so let us grab all these basilisk eggs from Cachedona. Where were they? So, and we need to switch over to Goldsmith. Let's sit up. Need to sit up just a bit. Make sure I have the best gear for goldsmithing, which apparently is this vintage coatee. $56. And 1120. Let's see if we can hit the 1120. We're getting close to the top of our range with that 1120 for a short. But let's go ahead and just quick craft the rest. We'll see what we get. Level 48. Wow. Okay. With the basilisk, I need mithril ingots, and mithril ingots I've got plenty of. Need this. That was not intentional. Chap, put away the bats. That was not intentional. Mithril ingots. Plate, mithril rivets, mithril plate as well. Because I will be going over to the armor after this, so might as well just grab them while I'm here. Mithril ear cuffs, we'll use the big one just to get it out of the inventory. 56, so this will be a 3. What's this? Waste not 2. Oh. I didn't realize I got waste not 2 last. I need to pay a little more attention. So, motivation or innovation. Okay, the mithril ear cuffs. Put them in the armory chest and see. Yes. Next is a choker. Now the mithril choker is not correct. What about the electrum gorget?
Gorget. Gorget.
So the mithril gorget, or the electrum gorget, is not, or is too high level for me to use. No big deal. What about the same with the bracelet? I could probably get a second ring, but second garnet ring, not that big of a deal. Any other rings? Pearl ring is a spellcaster thing. So, armor. Let's search for headpieces. So, looks like we have the mithril barbet, which is more damage, but less damage? Okay, no, there we go. That, I forgot to turn on the high quality viewer. So the mithril barbet is the same strength, but it trades the dexterity and the direct hits, the minor crits, for the for determination, just base damage. So burst versus base. Mithril chain coif, on the other hand, is the direct hit rate. So burst rather than determination, which is base damage versus burst again. I guess the only real way to figure it out, which the game recommends, is to just do both. For that, I'll need a steel plate, 2 more steel mithril rings, and an all goat leather. Do I have any all goat leather left? I do. Yay. Okay. Okay. 2 mithril rings are on this page. Switch to armor. Make sure we have the best we got. 2 mithril rings. Oh, and a steel plate. Do I have any steel plate? I do. Okay. I knew I forgot something. Okay, mithril barbet. Again, this is a pre-synthesis one. par, but chain coif. And while I'm sitting here, I should have got both of those all good. God bless it. Sometimes you'd think I'd stop thinking. Give me that other all goat. Thank you, Gachadonna. Was it rivets or rings that I needed? Rivets. Okay. I will put these in. And switch over to Dragoon. And it wants the chain coif, which of course you can't see because, well, I'm a Vieira. So what about body? Vintage scale mill. That looks nice too, but looks like vintage or the mithril
Habergen, Habergian, Habergen, Habergian.
Habergen. I'm out of all goat leather. I'm out of steel plate. I'm out of woolen cloth. I can make 3. Well, the vintage scale mill is strictly better. So let's go grab some iron plate. From Cachadonna. And the blackened scale mail. Blackened scale mail is out in the boondocks. Teleport Limsa. Teleport Camp Overlook, or Camp Bronze Lake. Blackened Scale Mill. Switch to Armorcraft. Next, gloves. Hands. So mithril vambraces. Are my next best bet. Vambraces, I need 4 leather, which I have, and face leather, which I have. So back to Limsa. Over there. Let's find a quieter summoning bell. Gotcha, don't know. 4 leather. Face leather. I shall return the next time I need something. Again, this is a 3. Okay, what about legs? Can't do those legs, so what about legs? A squirt of the hit then. Trony for the silver. Just a silver ingot, please. Dexterity does not matter to me. Range, physical range, and damage dealt by rogues. Yes, so that does not matter to me. So I need the boar leather. And an undyed linen. Got plenty of linen. Make more of later. Switch to the leather worker. And the boar skin skirt. Boar skin, the mithril van braces, and the boar skin skirt. Apparently, the mithril van braces aren't as good. And apparently we prefer direct hit, or direct, apparently the direct hit rate is rated better than the, or it just may be that it's a level 40 item versus a level 39. It's hard to say. In any case, one of these days I'll clear out my gloves. That day, it's not today. Feet. Feet. All goat leather. I'm out of all goat leather. And armor, synthesize, armor, synthesize. There. Now, I am as prepared as I can be. So let's return. Actually, no. Actually, no. Actually, no. Stretch out. Ricky, have you heard? No, you have not heard. Chocobo Keep. White Rim. And while that's running, I'm going to hop off real quick, get me a refill of water, and see you in just a few minutes. All right. Getting old, gotta take restroom breaks on occasion. Can't sit here for 4 hours at a time anymore. But, okay. We are as ready as we can be to brave the North. And by the North, I mean this one. Nathalie, I do not envy your job. Eldred, Lord Gentleman has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will. Stone Vigil is now accessible. Well, while that's going on, I will see if I can farm up some more crystals here. Because I'm pretty sure the dragonflies don't actually drop anything. And I don't believe you can actually get there from here. You might be able to. No, you can't. Okay, that was a cool effect. I had not seen that before. Just the snow randomly falling off the side. Nice environmental effect. Since I am at the mercy, or at the moment I am at the mercy of the duty finder, I might as well farm some more hippogriffs. I don't know how much hippogriff I will need. But I figure getting some more isn't going to hurt matters any. Alright, if you're not familiar with the Stone Vigil, it's a fairly simple run. There are a couple of little hiccups in this version. Nothing too... A big one is this guy, who just kind of drops in from time to time and toasts the path. Yep. Hellos! Shudo Yudo is a dragon. We gotta watch out for uh, his little breath attack thing. Maybe the healer should get a little bit closer to the back. A wyvern spear. Huh. Hooray. I greeted. I think we may have lost our samurai. Guys, we're short of DBS. Okay. That was, yeah, not the smoothest ever. I will skip this cutscene. They sneak around. We get the, Uh, so I'm covering chat so you can't see that our samurai mark maybe shouldn't have ran in with our healer in the cutscene. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, the outside of the fight looks kind of cool. It's like, it does. Unfortunately, I'm not at a point where I can actually solo the... Don't stand in the danger puddle. And this should have 2 bursts. And then... two swoops. Big stretch. Uh, player commendation. Let's hit up the dark. Loot. Read on that. Your level is no longer synced. You've entered a sanctuary. Red. Red, are you alright? Speak to me. 12 be praised. I feared the beast had injured you. I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of the etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I've quite enough to do already, which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say. What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If we are all in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. This is all so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... It's no use. Let's go. Why it has a saw blade on its butt, I don't know. How I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twelveswood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? Calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me that I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising. You did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seedseers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert in the working of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it. There must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements. But of course, that's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Red. We speak of the manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Eosia. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp the etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind aspect of ether, comprising Garuda's barrier, into ether of another aspect, one she can't control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All of this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambate, who resides in Cap Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at church. Marcus met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was a result of these conversations that poor Marcus was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Red, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. So what did we get from... So there's two questions, really. What did we get from that last dungeon run, and is it worth glamming into? The Vigil Sorrel is a nice pair of pants. Nothing too tasty, nothing to write home about. The Wyvern Spear, on the other hand, is a fairly fearsome-looking lance, and might be worth crafting a glamour crystal for. Since we're going to Thanalan anyway, I can stop there at the at Vesper Bay. I can take the long way around, go to Vesper Bay, grab a couple of crafting crystals, couple of clear prisms, and I think I will. Do I have any steel rivets? I do not. What about walnut lumber? I have 4 walnut lumber. So, I think for right now, we've been going at this for just over 2 hours. I think it's time to take a break. Maybe come back here later this morning, or maybe this afternoon. But for right now, I need to get up, get some housework done. I hope you all enjoyed spending time this evening with me. And, be good to each other.